The problem of running for mayor of London. We have reached the moment where the election is upon us, and it's time to look at the big man himself. Sadiq time! Sadiq, Sadiq, Sadiq! Woo! Woo!
So you're keeping it unbiased. Good.
Just excited because I learned how to do the PNG thing where you can put the image.
Look at that. See through.
You know, we all know that Sadiq is cruising on his way towards re-election, although not so much cruising as much as just taking a walk, as he is here with the dog. Look at how cool for school he is. Although I have to say, I think wearing a suit to walk the dog is a little bit much. I mean, you know I have a dog. Here's me walking the dog earlier today. You at least put on a tie. If you're going to take the dog out, put the tie on. The trick, though, right now is to make this look like an exciting election, because that's what the news craves, that's what the public craves. And if we look at the polls, it is not that exciting because it's still Sadiq Khan by a mile, and then there's everybody else. I mean, the conservative guy barely registers. Nico Omilan, he's at 5%. He's a YouTuber who's 20 years old. We've profiled him. We've profiled Brian Rose, the guy who likes to do shadow boxing and drink his piss. Count Binface, who's got his head in a bin. Lawrence Fox, who's got his head up his ass. There's a lot of candidates. Sadiq Khan is just way ahead of all of them. But drama is what gets people to the polls, and so they need to create that a little bit. So this is from Sadiq's own Twitter feed.
Hi, I'm Sonia. I'm a doctor working in London, and I'm voting for Sadiq Khan this Thursday, May the 6th. This mayoral election is a two-horse race between...
The only way that this is actually a two-horse race is if this is Sadiq, and then the other horses in the race look like this. Now, that's not fair. I mean, there is, of course, Lawrence Fox under the category of the brain ass of horses, although that's a little bit unfair. I will, saying that Lawrence Fox is a brain ass, that's a little bit unfair to brain asses. I'd like to apologize to all the brain asses out there for comparing you to Lawrence Fox. Please understand. It was just the purposes of a joke. I apologize.
Do you think they'll be bothered? Do you reckon horses would be offended by that?
I would.
I reckon they might just go...
I mean, we have looked at a number of other candidates. I'm not going to go through the whole list. I mean, definitely one of the favorites. And if you can look at the profiles we've done on the website, we've isolated all the different mayoral race profiles. There's a playlist of it on the YouTube channel. The one that's gotten some of the most attention, of course, is Brian Rose. I don't know how long that goes on for. I thought that was the shorter clip. The actual clip on Twitter is 8 minutes long. I know Sadiq knows he's going to win this, but I do sometimes wonder if Sadiq's feeling a little bit of pressure from Brian Rose because this was on his Twitter feed. It's like a slow motion version of what Brian Rose does. Sadiq must be feeling fairly confident because clearly the boxing isn't his thing. The dog walking, he's overdressed. But did you know that Sadiq has tried his hand at comedy?
You may not know this, as I don't talk about it very often, but my dad was a bus driver. Seriously, though.
Ooh. He had to give it the seriously, though, moment. Because, I mean, just doing comedy down the screen to a lens without an audience. I mean, who would want to do that? But it doesn't really matter, Steve, because we've reached it. It's almost time. May 6th, it is. Woo! Sadiq time! Woo! Just wanted to try it again because I figured out the PNG. I'm not that excited about the campaign.
Thank you for watching this from Comic Solving Problems.
And if you feel like it, go ahead and like the video.
Or subscribe. Commitment.